Hello, everybody, and welcome back to my podcast. So, before I wanted to talk about this topic, I was like thinking, should I do it in Indonesian or in English? Because I actually kind of wanted to speak to the Indonesians as well, but then I thought, I don't know, like the whole how should I say this? Like, there's a speech control here in my country, so which means that like whatever you say, whatever you want to say, like if you kind of upload it publicly, like it doesn't matter whether you're a very famous person or a small creator, like something's gonna happen to you or your channel, so I don't really want to do that. And I was hoping that people in the government are stupid enough so they don't understand English. I don't know, I'm sorry y'all, but I mean, not everyone, but most of them. Okay, anyways, I'm pretty sure they have like translator or something, but English is like extra step for them, so I thought like maybe it's okay. But you know what? Pray for my country. Pray for the people who went for the protest. Like they got it the worst. They got it the worst. I don't care what you're saying, but they got it the worst. Like, if I am not mistaken, there's like 3 or 5 people are already dead because of the protest. Like I'm talking about nationwide, okay? Like it not just happened in Jakarta, which is the capital city. It happens everywhere in this country. But I think, this is just what I think, but I think Jakarta has the worst one so far. I don't know, like, let me know if you are from other state. Let me know. Okay, so anyway, maybe some people from outside of my country might have heard about this news that Indonesia is in such a chaotic state right now, and you're like wondering, okay, what actually happened? Like, maybe you just heard like the protest, but you don't really know like what's the backstory, what caused the protest and everything. Well, I am here to tell you the backstory, because I think everybody in this whole world probably should know. Like, I'm not saying that my country has the worst government. I'm pretty sure there are other countries who have even worse government, but I just feel like maybe people should know how wicked the leaders of my country are. Okay, so to be honest with you, I don't really know like what is the pinpoint of where it all started, because I think this had happened for a long time. I think this is, like, the way I see this, it's a very long built up anger. Like, it's pent up, it's built up, and now it finally explodes. So because I do feel like for a pretty long time, actually, I also feel the same thing. I just feel like this country is like turning into shit. Like, it's just getting worse and worse. The government is just really bad. Like, I know you might be saying, well, what government is not bad, right? But I think, how should I put this, like, the government here in Indonesia is just, I feel like it's getting worse and worse, to the point that if we really don't do something, they're really going to sink all of us in. What I mean by that is, okay, maybe I can start from this event that probably really made a lot of people angry. Okay. So as you guys know, Indonesia is actually a poor country. Like, maybe you're thinking like, oh, but your GDP is not that bad. Well, don't look at the GDP. We don't look, like, I'm telling you, don't look at the country's GDP to measure their richness, because that number can definitely be misleading. Like, that's one of the reasons why I don't believe in data and numbers, because actually numbers can be, how should I say, like, they're not faking it, but they can just reframe it so that it sends a different message, if you know what I mean. So Indonesia, like, no matter what you say, it's a poor country. Okay, it's a poor country. And for me, okay, this is what I get from my friend a long time ago. Like, he was saying something and then I was like, yeah, I totally agree. The way we measure a richness or the wealthiness, okay, of a country is by looking at the middle class people. So the less middle class people there is, then the country is just not wealthy. Like, for example, if you take a look at India, India has a lot of like super rich people and super poor people. Like, the in between is kind of little, it's kind of unheard of. So although maybe if you kind of like even out all of them, maybe it seems like, oh, India is actually doing pretty well, but it's not, because there are people who are very poor and there are people who are very rich, and the rich is not sharing wealth with the poor. So why are you even out the numbers? That's what I'm saying about these numbers. Okay, so it's pretty much the same in Indonesia. Like, if I can say like which country is very similar to us, I would say India is very similar to us. So we're kind of just like that. Like, we have a lot of poor people, like very poor people. We have a lot of like really rich people, ultra rich people, and those ultra rich people are the kind of people who go to other countries and like buying like super luxurious items. Like, they are the buyers of like rare, I don't know, like rare Hermes bags or whatever. Like, yeah, truly, they are the buyer. And so I don't know. I just always thinking, like, I know that we are not supposed to like feel jealous of the rich people, but I just feel like, okay, you know that there are so many poor people here in Indonesia. Why are you going out to other country and buy Hermes? Like, I don't know. That's just my thinking, but. Basically, yeah, back to the topic. Indonesia is actually a very poor country. The government is actually rich, and yeah, like, believe me or not, the government is very rich, because for those of you Indonesians who are like, no, our government's not rich, we have lots of debt. No, actually, we are very rich, because if you see each personnel of the ministries and the people representative who are corrupting our money, actually they corrupt so much money that if they never corrupt at all, we are actually extremely rich. But because they corrupted, then that's kind of the reason why. And to be honest with you, I always think that our leaders, like lately, like in this late like 2-3 periods, we're kind of like headless chicken. Like, we just don't really have a clear and good target. Like, we're chasing for other things when we're supposed to be like closing our debt and become a better nation, but they have different focus that are just useless. Anyway, so yeah, Indonesia is a very poor country, and jobs are really bad here, to be honest with you. Most jobs are really bad. We have like this rule where there's a standard minimum wage for the jobs in different cities, and they're not being respected as well. Like, I'm not saying some, lots of employers are not actually paying the minimum wage for their workers, and that's not even a problem. Like, there's no action taken towards them. So I don't know what to tell you. Like, it's just really bad. And then some ministers, I think it was ministers who approved it. So she was like, so I think she was like the Ministry of Economy. Okay, so she's like handling all the money here, right? So she basically approved that each of the people representative will get like some kind of severance package, I guess, for up to 100 million Indonesian rupiah, and they will get housing benefit, I guess 50 million Indonesian rupiah. But basically they totaled up all their severance package, and it totaled up to 100 million Indonesia per month, by the way, per person per month. So I think this is where I'm not really keeping up, but I think there's like more than 100 members in the people representative, so House of Representatives, I mean, and so like you do the math, 100 million times 100 people for a month, and then the next month is 100 times 100. That's a lot of money. That is a lot of money, and we're just really angry. Like when I think I remember when we heard about the news, we're like, what the f, like what the fuck, it's like, what? We're out here struggling, we can't find jobs, there's layoffs everywhere, unemployment is just getting higher and higher, and then you wanted to give our House of Representative members, each of them 100 million per month, to give them a house and to give them God knows what else. Like, that is just bullshit, okay? And yeah, and then on top of that, they were thinking, I think this is not really a thing yet, but they were considering, like the Ministry of Economy was like considering to raise our taxes again. Actually, it has been raised like to, if I'm not mistaken, 11% for some time ago, and then they raised it to 12%, and I think that's when the people are like really protesting, but not as bad as today. They were like really protesting, and then the government sort of backfired and just canceled it. And I'm like, oh no, okay, we're not gonna raise the tax, and so they didn't do that. So our tax kind of stay at 11%, but then just pretty recently, our minister was considering of raising the tax and adding more tax types. So, like, of course, you would know that in so many, in all countries, basically, they have different taxes, right? Like taxes for example, house, tax for vehicle, tax for income, whatever. So they're like considering for more types of taxes. So it's like not only they want to increase it, but they want to add more types of taxes, which means that I don't know what to say. Like, people are just getting more like, how should I say, squeezed. Like we're kind of like oranges. Like, they just squeeze it until the last drop, until we're basically dry. So yeah, they keep on like squeezing us, and how should I say, to pay for what? To pay for them, basically. By the way, if you don't know, our House of Representatives are basically filled with rich people. Like, they're already rich before joining the House of Representatives, and after joining, they got maybe 10 times richer. So it's just crazy. Like, why do we need to buy them house? Because there's a lot of Indonesian people who don't have house yet. Like, we're still renting from place to place because we don't have money to buy houses. House prices are increasing. So it's like if you're comparing like how much is our income and how much is our spending, like the prices of things, it doesn't measure up. Our income is super duper low, but the prices of things are just super duper high. It's just not worth it. So that's probably, I would say, I mean, lots of people probably have other reasons like why the anger, right? But I think that's one of the anger. And also, I think it's also has this tie to the motorcycle taxi drivers. I don't know why, but I just have this feeling that it kind of ties to them, because they are the kind of people that maybe our government is really, really just, how should I say, they just being utterly disrespected by our government. So they had like a protest some time ago demanding for a better justice, because the application provider, like for example the Grab and Gojek, they are not they put a lot of cut for these drivers. Like they would charge maybe 20 to 25% commission, and then some users, some drivers, they reported that, hey, actually I was like cut 50%, like 50% was my cut, which is just insane. They're the one who's doing the work. They're the one who's like driving around, delivering food or delivering items or fetching people, and they got only 50%. Like that is just crazy, which I totally agree. I actually think that they should get, how should I say, like just a fair amount of cut. They're not saying that remove the commission cut entirely. They're not saying that. They're just saying like just be fair. Like you cannot charge us commission this high. Okay, so I don't know why, but I think there's a tie to that, because now with this protest there's a lot of motorcycle taxi that went to this protest too, and also demanding for justice. So I think it had gotten worse because of some of the members of this House of Representatives. They are utterly stupid, if you ask me. Like, they're just the absolute idiot. I have no idea what they eat each morning, each lunch, and each dinner. I feel like they eat shit every day. Like, that's why their brain is so rotten. But basically, they said something really stupid and offensive, which I think this is the needle that broke the camel's back, which kind of leads to this protest. There is, I think, 4 people who are just talking or acting really stupid, and there's additional one more person who is, well, no, okay, not one, but two more people, 2 more women. Basically, they are not like utterly stupid. Like, they're not like saying something utterly stupid, but they make ridiculous new rule. Okay, so the additional 2 women, one of them is our Ministry of Economy, which I mentioned earlier, and the other one, I think she's the head of the House of Representatives. So she's the one who's like, oh, let's just give more severance package to this, to our members, like the 100 million. Yeah, that seems fair. Let's give it to them each month. So she's the one who how should I say? She's the one who wanted that for her people, not our people. Okay, then the other 4 people, I'm actually not very catch up with them, but this is what I heard. If you are Indonesian, please correct me if I am wrong. I think one of them, his name is Saroni. He said the stupidest shit ever. Like, it's not even a hoax or a scam, but he basically said that anyone who criticizes us is really, really stupid. Write that down. Like, he was like, write that down. Anyone who criticizes us is really, really stupid. And then the other two guys are like, actually, I don't know what they said, but I just know that they were dancing, and one of them is like, doing this DJ stuff with the horrible sound system. But I think their action was very insensitive, because like everyone is like screaming. They're like, how can you do this to us? Like, the people are like, how can you do this to us? This is insane. And they're just like dancing, like they responded with a dance, which is just, it's the stupidest thing. But anyway, let me just continue. And then the other person, she's a woman, so she I think, oh yeah, I remember what she said. So she was like supporting the housing benefit that the members of the House of Reps will get. So she was like, oh yeah, I totally support that, because my house is so far away, and it's a traffic jam to go here, every day. And then lots of people are like, we go through like the trains, the bus, and everything. We go through traffic jams. Our house is very far from our workplace too. Where is our housing benefit, right? And so like everyone is just so insensitive, very insensitive. It's like I don't even know what to say. Like, how is this kind of words can come up from their mouth? I don't really understand. And for the additional two women that are just absolute wicked, well, they're not exactly like stupid, but I would say they are evil. They are evil to the core. They are, yeah, I don't know, they're just despicable. I don't know what else to say. I mean, in this economy, in these trying times, they implement those kind of rules. Like, it's just really stupid. Like, okay, stupid and all right, then they're stupid and evil at the same time, which is a very bad combination, if you ask me. So yeah, with all these 6 people, I think at least 6 people. I'm pretty sure there's more, but I'm not very much aware. At least these 6 people are like the top wanted people in this country right now. So lots of people are protesting, and as of like today, people have raided their houses. So yeah. And you know what, I think, sorry, I'm burping. So I think there are some people who are like really against this house raid. But to be honest with you, like, I'm not gonna lie to you, I kind of support this house raid. I know it's like it's criminal, like it's a crime to steal people's house. I know, but probably like the reason why I support this is because they actually stole from us. Like, one of the things that they stole from these politicians' house is a Richard Mille watch, which cost like a lot of money, by the way. And I was like, wow. I mean, lots of us actually can't afford a Richard Mille watch, and you got like several of them. And branded bags, I mean, you name it, like lots of really just expensive stuffs. They bought those stuff with our money, actually. So it's just really, I don't know, I don't know, maybe I'm an evil person. That's the reason why when people raid their house, I was like, yeah, go off. But I don't know. I mean, please do not follow me for any moral values. I'm not a person of a moral value. So yeah, I mean, here's the thing. You know what? Here is the thing. I feel like it's just not good to follow celebrities and influencers for moral values. I feel like they're not really known for being morally intelligent. So yeah, I'm just saying. Anyway, back to the topic. So yeah, there's a huge protest going on. It has been going on, I think, since 28th of August, or was it 26th of August? But yeah, I think it had been happening for almost a week now. I think, I wanna say a lot of things about this protest, but I don't know where to begin. Like, there's just so many information, I don't know where to begin. But basically, I didn't join the protest, by the way. I'm too chicken to join a protest, by the way. But they just kind of trying to attack the House of Representative building, because that is the building that they probably hate the most, I think. That building, and then the police building too. By the way, police, I think the people have a general hate towards the police here because they are extremely corrupt. Like, if you are a tourist who came here, who didn't really have a lot of things, like you didn't really have a lot of problems here, and you don't really need the police that much, well, then you probably won't really notice that. But here, as the citizen, it's like sometimes we encounter like criminal things happen to us, like we got stolen, we got robbed, and whatever. Some people got okay, not some people, a large number of people, they got like violence, rape, and murder happened to them, and they just do not get justice because the police are like, well, where's your payment? I want your money and all that stuff. So it's like, it's really stupid because the police here only wanted to help you if you have money. So if you are poor, if you don't have money, then well, fine, whatever. Like for me, I'm not really like that poor. I actually can pay them, but I refuse to pay them. Like a lot of people in my country, especially, I think in my country, you know what, this is what I wanted to criticize too. I think a lot of people here in my country is way too kind, way too generous, that I feel like it's a problem. Because I mean, you guys pay for the police, and I'm just like, you know what, we cannot keep doing this. We just cannot keep doing this. Like the police, they have been like, how should I say this, like they just been using us left, right, center, front, back, whatever. Like they just been using us because we're probably too scared, right? We're like probably too scared with the police and like see what happens. So like I think it is a problem. Like it's a I would say it's a death circle. It's a circle of death, like toxic kind of cycle, where at first they intimidate us into paying them, and then we got too scared, and then they are so happy with the fact that we are too scared, so they just kept intimidating us and asked for more money and more money and more money. The police here, but yeah, basically the police here do not do shit. A lot of our policemen are fat. They can't even move. So I don't know what to tell you. And like it's not really unheard of for people to pay in order to be a policeman. And you might be thinking like, oh, why would people pay to be a policeman? Well, because the police here is extremely corrupt, so they're not really getting their wealth from their salary and some benefits from their work. No, they actually got their wealth from corrupting. So they would like intimidate people who are maybe just maybe they are wrong. Yes, like I admit they are wrong, but they would intimidate them and like, okay, do you want to take this to the law, or do you want to settle it right here right now with me? Well, the second option, well, they're not gonna say it like verbally immediately that you need to give the money. No, they're not gonna say that. So that's why they reframe it like the second sentence, like, do you want to settle it right here right now with me? Well, if you say, oh, I'll go with the law, please, like I want to do it the honest way, and then they'll be like, oh, are you sure about that? Like the court is really filled up with people. You're gonna have to wait for a long time, and like you know what I mean? Like it's the intimidation tactic. They always do that. So yeah, we here the people have a really general hate towards the police. Like they just, and then lately, I don't know why. Is it me who only feel that it's happening lately? But I feel like, I mean, I know that the police has been corrupt for a very, very long time, but I feel like only lately they're kind of getting stronger. They kind of get they're kind of more shameless nowadays. They're like openly like defending some criminals just because those criminals are actually have tons of money. So like they're more open to doing that, and they are more open to removing evidence and stuff. So I don't know. It's like that's just how I feel. Like they are more shameless now. They are more open to do that. Like I feel like they kind of know their image is bad, so like, well, might as well, you know. I think that's kind of what's in their mind. And now talking about the House of Representatives, I can never like spell that correctly in English. I'm so sorry, you guys. But yeah, the raps. Okay, they have been shit. They just have been shitty. The shittiest of the shit. I would say they are the. They came from the sewer basically. They're just extremely dirty and just the worst ever. So to be honest, for me, I do agree with this dismembering. What was it called? Dismissing them. Yeah, dismissing them entirely, because this is how I feel. We actually do not need House of Representative. Like for real, I don't think we need that. What we need is actually a system where the government can immediately hear from the citizens. So we actually just need a system. Doesn't necessarily mean we need a group of people to do that for us. So yeah, and I know some people, they don't really know what's the difference between the two of them, but I think the difference is actually very, very telling. Now that you have not you, we have a group of people who are supposed to be our voice. They're not listening to us, they're listening to themselves. They'll be like, oh, I want this branded bag for my wife, I want my second wife, I want my hookers to be paid, so I'm gonna listen to myself. So that's I mean, to be honest, they said they are the representative of the people. They're not saying which people. Maybe they are the people. We are not people, maybe, in their eyes. I don't know. But you know what I mean, is that we don't need people, a group of people, to listen to us and be our voice, because that shit doesn't work. I mean, look at like this, how many years, like it has been 80 years, I don't know, 80 years probably, we have House of Representatives, and this country is just going downhill and downhill. Our spending is maxed out. The people are not getting richer, they're getting poorer day by day. Like, it's not, to be honest, for you, this is what I'm thinking. People don't not people, a country will not get poorer in a week or a year. Like, you can feel it very, very slowly, actually. And so I think for 80 years, this is probably, like, it's visible now. It's very visible now, because we are not getting anywhere, you know what I mean? So yeah, this just, I don't know what to tell you. It's just really, really bad. I think they are the worst kind of people. They keep producing like stupid people with high salary. And by the way, like, they are the kind of group of people, they're the kind of job that doesn't need intelligence to be there. You just have to act like you're intelligent. And you know what, maybe you know what, no, you don't even need to act intelligent. Maybe you need to act intelligent like before you were chosen, like on the campaign, but after you got chosen, then you can just let go of your mask and you don't need to act so smart and tough anymore. Yeah, I mean, it makes me sick to my stomach just by talking about this. Like, really, they don't need like high qualification, like education, to be the member of the reps. You don't need empathy to be the member. You don't need, like, I don't know what you need, to be honest, to be the reps. I think what you need is a very, very extremely low moral value, and you need a lot of connections too. A lot of connections, and well, yeah, lots of connections. I think that's very, very important. Like, if you know a guy from a guy, like, then I guess you can definitely be one of the members. Um, so as you guys know, like they don't need a lot of intelligence, right? And that's the reason why we keep producing stupid people from that House of Reps. And so that's why I feel like we just don't need House of Reps anymore. Let's just get rid of that position. We are gonna save tons of money. Like, you know what? I mean, here's what I'm gonna say. That is probably going to be very controversial, but I feel like I wish Donald Trump was our president. He would I swear to you, like, say whatever you want about Donald Trump. I mean, I agree. He's not a saint at all, but he sure knows how to cut budgets and stuff. He would dismiss House of Reps immediately, like day one. And you know what? I just feel like what's so frustrating about this, I think a lot of people also wanted the House of Reps to be dismissed. Please let me know if I'm wrong. I saw this from an Instagram post, so I don't really know how true it is. But I think lots of people would agree with me. But you know what? I don't really know, because there are some people who are like, oh, I don't actually mind paying them 100 million a month. Bitch, are you stupid? Bitch, are you out of your mind? You don't mind paying them 100 million a month per person? Like, I'm talking about per person. There's like 100 people there. You don't mind to do that? That's a huge tax cuts from us. Okay, not tax cut, what do you call it, like tax payment from us. Like, we gotta pay a huge amount of tax for them. Like, shit, we better use our tax to buy like better things for ourselves, like build better facilities and stuff. Like, you don't mind paying for these people? Oh my gosh, I don't know what to tell you. I don't know. Like, she was arguing like, oh, if they are smart and they actually do something for us, then I don't mind paying them 100 million. We have been paying them close to 100 million, actually, with all the packages, like the benefits and stuff. We actually have been paying them, that much. But you know what? This is the result. I just disagree. I think like giving a huge salary and expect like very, very talented people to be there is just not right. I think good salary, I mean, I admit good salary is one of the ways to attract like very good people. But I think it's just way more than good salary. Because I know some people who are like, oh, I rejected a job from this company. I was like, what? But that's a big company. They're gonna give you lots of great benefits and high salary. And they're like, yeah, I know that, but I don't like that company. That company is like headless chicken. They don't know what they're doing. They don't know where they're going. Like, I think this is, again, it's just my theory. I'm not an expert. This is just my opinion. I think people who are actually talented and have a good moral, they're not really going to be attracted only by the money. They're going to be attracted by the values that you can offer them. They're gonna be attracted to maybe I don't know, like maybe some challenges that you can offer them to, like real good challenges, not like the kind of challenges where you're like, oh, my boss is bossy and it's a challenge. Like, that's not a challenge. Okay. So yeah, I just feel like people who think that we can attract good talent with very attractive salary is just very shallow. Like, they probably don't really know, they just don't really know how it works actually in these big companies. Okay, anyways, here's okay, I was like talking about this House of Reps being dismissed, right? So I think a lot of people wanted that as well. So they said that actually this dismissal was tried by two of our ex-presidents last time, a long time ago, but then it failed. So I feel like this House of Reps is just like, how should I say, it's an infection that is just extremely deep. They are the picture. Like, you Google House of Reps Indonesia and you will see tons of members. Well, they are the visual image of our disease. They are the disease, okay? So it's just, I feel like they are very difficult to remove. I agree. They are very difficult to remove because of the laws and stuff. But you know what? This is another thing that I wanted to point out, is that what kind of law do you guys respect? Like, I'm talking to the leaders. Like, what kind of law do you respect? You do not respect any laws shit. You forgive people who are in jail. You give like amnesty to some people. How should I say, like, you just do everything you want, and when people call you out and like, hey, but that's not according to the law, you're like, oh no, it's actually according to the law, and then but you cannot really show how it is according to the law. Like, you know what I'm talking about. You have been really not disrespecting the law, so why are you using the respecting the law reason this time? I don't get it. So it's another thing for me that is very frustrating, is that the protest has been going on for a long time, actually almost a week, like I mentioned, almost a week, and nothing substantial has been done by our leaders, which is just so stupid. I'm like, dude, how long you need? How else long do you need? What else do you want to happen? Like, I don't know. What are you guys waiting for, to be honest with you? I keep asking that kind of question, like until when will you actually take action, like substantial action? That's what I'm talking about, because they have been taking quote unquote action, but they're not substantial. Like, for example, those 6 people that I mentioned, well, the 2 of them, because they are very high position, so they're like untouchable. But the 4 people that I mentioned was extremely disrespectful. They are just being, how should I say, inactivated. Like, their membership is just I don't know what the hell my mom cooked. It's like something real spicy, so now my nose is like anyways, yeah, those 4 people was just being inactivated. So inactivated is different with being fired. Inactivated means that well, it's kind of like taken on forced leave. It's something like that. Like, you just take a leave, they still get the money, they still get salary, they still get the benefits. They're just not allowed to work, which is like, hey, that is even better than that is even better than actually working, you know? Like, why are you giving them like this kind of bonus? I don't get it. And yeah, they're just like, they probably think Indonesian people are stupid, so they're like, oh, we have inactivated them. But then lots of people, actually I was stupid too, I didn't actually know the difference between being inactivated and being fired from a job, until some people commented on the post and say, hey, nice try, we know what you did. Like, inactivated means this, and being fired means a different thing. We want them fired, not inactivated. We see what you're doing, though. You're trying to fool us. And I was like, oh my god, I was almost fooled. Thank you for those random comments, you know, that I saw on the internet. Like, I'm enlightened, I'm educated now, you know. So yeah, I was like, those actions are not substantial at all. Okay, I you know what, I just feel like sometimes, maybe as a human, I kind of lost faith a little bit. So I was like thinking, will they actually dismiss the House of Reps? Like, I really want that to happen, but I don't know if that will happen. Like, it's just, you know what, if it happened, it'd be like a miracle to me. I'm like, oh my gosh, like, miracles do exist. Like, I would feel like that, if that happens. But you know what, I feel like miracles do exist. Like, actually sometimes things can actually happen. If you guys don't know the black swan effect, it's basically, well, I think it was this channel that I watch constantly called The Pursuit of Wonder. So he was like explaining this about the black swan effect back in like long time. I think it was the 18th or 17th century or something, I don't remember. But they have never heard of black swan. They have never seen a black swan. So when people say, oh, black swan, and then they're like, black swan doesn't exist, and then quite some time later on, apparently black swan do exist. They just very rarely appear, and their population is very, very little compared to the white swan. And so it kind of teach people that actually there are things that you really don't know can happen. There are things that you don't know actually exist until it is shown to you. Then you will realize how foolish or how unaware you have been. So it's like, I believe in the black swan theory so much, because there are definitely things that sometimes I feel like, what, that's not gonna happen. Like, this thing doesn't exist, but then this thing actually shows up to me, and like, oh my god, I have been just unaware. So I think we just gotta be open to all possibilities, that anything can happen. Literally anything can happen. Maybe, I don't know, maybe this country would not exist anymore. It could be. It could actually be. Sometimes, I gotta be honest with you, sometimes I feel like this country probably is a mistake because of how corrupt we are. Like, I feel sad because sometimes when I hear about corrupt countries, I'm like, why do those countries like keep existing? I mean, I just feel like they better change the entire government, change their name, change their constitution. Like screw the constitution, because the government usually, again, this is what I see. Usually, when a country is extremely corrupted, they don't care about the constitution no more. They don't care about the rules. They don't care about anything. They don't care about the how should I say, the human rights or everything. They don't care anymore. So I just feel like, what, let's just change the entire constitution, change the entire law, like change the entire country name or anything. Like, it's just, it just doesn't work anymore. Like, they keep changing president, they keep changing prime minister and whatever, then they just, nothing just ever seems to work. I don't know why. But you know what? That's just my opinion. That is just my opinion. Do not quote me on that one. I mean, this is just how I feel. I just feel really, disappointed, I guess. Disappointed with the government. I just feel like, listen, what is going on with your brain? Like, what is going on with your heart too? Do you not have a heart anymore? Are you the devil personified? I mean, I totally believe that. At least two of the people that I mentioned, they are the devil personified. Well, okay, not two of them. One of them actually. She's called Puan Maharani. I think she is Satan herself. I think she is Satan herself. She lately also, like, just not lately, like literally just like today or yesterday, I think, she released a statement, because there are people who actually died from this protest, right? So she was like talking about one of the people who died. She was like, oh, maybe we can give his father a motorcycle so he can work. And I'm like, oh, bitch. She is Satan, okay? I don't know, I don't care what you say. I don't care what you say. If you work for Satan, that's and I will die on that hill. Okay, anyways, I don't know, I feel like sometimes when I want to talk about politics in my country, it's just go endless, because it has been rotten from the core, so I just feel like there's not really a solution here. Yeah, I don't know. I just feel like there's virtually no solution, but I want to keep my mind open. I want to keep being optimistic and hopeful. Maybe there is actually something will be going on from this protest. Maybe some really great outcome will be produced from this protest. I truly hope for that. And I don't know, I think a lot of people, like, okay, not a lot, I know some people, they are truly against the protest, but I feel like I support the protest. I feel like those people who protest are really really brave, and me, I didn't join the protest because I'm a chicken. Like, I admit that I'm scaredy, I'm a chicken, so I did not join. But I actually do think that this is what this country needs, because we have been I think some people, like some politicians, I forgot who, but they kind of have been saying, oh, if you wanted to send your complaints and messages to us, you can just talk to us in peace. Well, we have been doing that for, I don't know, the past couple of decades at least. We have been doing that, but nobody's like listening. They just kind of be like, oh, okay, yeah, I hurt you, oh my god, I feel your pain, but then they just end up not doing anything. They continue corrupting even more. More and more people are getting poorer and poorer. It's just crazy. And now, like, okay, here's what I'm gonna say about, like, from the point of view of someone who did not join the protest. Like, I live in a suburb, so I'm not really affected. Basically, the central part of Jakarta is absolutely no go. So yeah, if you're like thinking of going here for a holiday, unless you want to join the protest, I mean, don't come here. But I do want you guys to actually join the protest. I feel like you guys are braver than me, more courageous than me. But yeah, anyway, so I live in a suburb, and me and my family, all of us, we're not really like affected that much by the protest. But we do not kind of go out anymore, because this is something, again, I don't really want to say it actually, but there are dirty players that are trying to benefit from this protest. So those dirty players will be like trying to make the people go against other people, when actually this battle is people versus the government. But some people, they wanted to take advantage of this situation, and they want to make people versus people. So I think those people are from the government, the one who wanted to actually make us fight each other. So like civil war is definitely a possibility, I would say. So that's why we don't want to go out. We do not go out at all. There's a crisis in food. So there's a lot of people who panic by the rice, because we're Asians, we eat rice. We're very much dependent on the rice. So the rice price is extremely increasing. The gasoline, lots of private companies who are selling gasolines, they ran out of stocks, which is just crazy. Like, how can companies run out of gasoline, right? And then, but the government company who are selling the gasoline, Pertamina, they still have it. They still have stocks. But I have advised my mom to just fill up the gas. Just fill it up. You'll never know what happened, so just fill it up. The airport is extremely crowded. It's filled with people who are trying to escape this country. Oh, by the way, the people who are being complained about, who are being protested, how should I say, well, yeah, the people, like the 6 people that I mentioned, 4 of them actually ran to other countries. So I don't know, like, that just tells you how much of a chicken they are, how much of a fool they are, how much of a sucker they are. Yeah, that's them. Two of them I know they are still here in this country, but we just don't really know where's their uh where's their whereabout, because their house has been raided, so I don't really know where they live actually, but yeah, they're still here in this country. One of them actually just appeared yesterday in a press conference. So yeah, lots of, well, okay, not a lot, but some station, like bus stations, and I think the MRT stations too have been destroyed. Actually, they're not destroyed by the people. Like, I mean, the people who actually fight for something good. They're destroyed by some black sheep, black goat. I don't know what is it, but you know what I mean. They're destroyed by some people who kind of pretended to be the one of the protesters, but actually they're just how should I say, they're sent by someone to cause a civil war, basically. That's what I'm trying to say. So yeah, this situation is just bad. I mean, here in the suburbs, the malls and like business places, they are still operating actually, so it's still kind of okay, but there are definitely a number of shops who I know are closed. So yeah, even businesses, they are closed for several days for the safety of their staff and the customers as well. Things are not looking good, if I'm gonna be honest. It's just not looking good. So pray for us, pray for the best. I really do hope there's a positive outcome from this whole situation. To be honest with you, I'm sick of this government. Like, not just this period's government, past periods of government. Like, nothing's ever been changed, nothing seems to ever going to change. Like, I'm sick of that too. So I really do hope there's a positive outcome from the situation. So yeah, thank you guys so much for listening. I hope it's not too heavy for y'all. Pray for us, and yeah, hope to see you guys next time. Bye bye.